Hello, everybody. It is Wednesday, January 29th, 2025. And I am Chef Val, and I am coming to you from the beautiful state of Michigan, where it is 32 degrees and the skies are mostly clear tonight. And so, upcoming pretty soon this weekend, we'll have that planet alignment that we'll be able to see in the night sky. And I don't know about you, but I'm planning on going out and attempting to see that. That's going to be pretty incredible. Hi, Athena. Thanks for tuning in. Athena is a beautiful lady who lives in North Carolina, who attends some of my cooking classes. So glad that you're here. Okay, so I am in the process of there we go. Getting back to where I was. So today I want to talk about black garlic. Have you had black garlic? Put it in the comments. Here in Columbia, South Carolina, it's 65 degrees. And that is Jamie. Oh, hi, Jamie. Thanks for tuning in. So it's 65 degrees down south. It's 32 here. Very interesting. Yeah, so during the live video, by all means, ask questions, leave comments in the chat, and I can answer your questions. And you can let me know where you're tuned in from. And as I already asked, who's had black garlic before? Have you had it? Have you tried it? Have you tasted it? Have you heard of it? I heard of black garlic. It's probably about 7 years ago now. I remember tasting it for the first time at a farmer's market, and I had never heard of it. And I was blown away. It's so delicious. It's one of my favorite foods, although I mostly eat the black garlic in the wintertime. It seems like a wintertime food to me. And of course, garlic, with all of its antibacterial, antiviral properties, garlic is always great to have in your diet all year long. But, in the winter months and everything, it's exceptionally great for you to have in your diet. Black garlic is, as the name implies, garlic that is black in color. And so they cook the garlic at a really low temperature for a long time. Now, some people call this fermenting the garlic, although it's technically cooking it at a really low temperature. And, you know, I just, when I tasted it, you'd be very, very surprised. Garlic is pungent, right? So we all know garlic in its beautiful form, right? You know, just a bulb. This is a regular garlic. And if you take a garlic clove off there and you eat it, or you put it in a salad dressing or some type of food application, it's going to be pungent, right? So pungent is like it stings your tongue. Now, some people love that pungent flavor. They love that bite. Some people not so much, right? And I can handle a little bit of garlic. I do love the flavor of garlic, but if there's too much garlic, it is overpowering and it's something that I can't personally tolerate. And so I don't eat like a raw garlic clove. Some people eat a raw garlic clove, and hey, that's fantastic. Great for your health. However, black garlic is naturally sweet to the taste. So cooking the garlic over a long period of time changes the flavor from being that pungent to sweet. It's really interesting. Greetings from lovely day in Asheville, North Carolina. Happy to be here. Black garlic is delicious. So Athena has had black garlic. A friend who grows garlic on his farm introduced me to it when he made it. Oh, wow. Athena's got a friend that grows garlic. Wow, that fresh garlic out of the garden. I can only imagine how absolutely delicious and wonderful that is. Yeah. So here we got, you know, the regular bulb of garlic. Oh, and for cooking terms, just so you know, because, you know, there's all kinds of people in their journey. Some people have been cooking for a long time, like me. And then some people are just getting started and maybe they don't know, but this is called a bulb of garlic. The whole complete item is a bulb, okay? When you break it apart and you have little pieces of it, that's called a clove of garlic. So if your recipe calls for 4 cloves of garlic, some people, if they didn't know the correct terms, might think that you put 4 whole bulbs of garlic in the recipe, which would be overpowering, unbelievable garlic flavor that would be very, very strong. So this is a bulb, and the individual pieces are called cloves of garlic. Okay. So yeah, let me get right into the black garlic thing. I'm going to move this aside for a minute here. All right. So this is my black garlic fermenter machine. Okay. Because many people say you can buy black garlic from the store. It's relatively expensive. And they're like, okay, well, how do I make it or whatever? And again, you got to cook it at a low temperature. And this machine does it for 7 days. So I don't think there's any way you're going to have your oven on at a low temperature for like 7 days. So this works very, very, very well. Now, black garlic has a long history. It originated in Korea more than 4,000 years ago. Also in Japan, it's very popular in East Asian cuisine. Now, how would they make it a long time ago? I've heard stories that they would put the garlic in earthen crocks, you know, pottery, and they would put it out in the sun, and the sun beating down on the earthen crocks would create when I say a low temperatures, you want it about 80 to 120. So somewhere in there. And this machine does it, and it varies the temperature over 7 days. But a long time ago, that's how they would achieve this. They would put the garlic in these earthen crocks and leave it out in the sun, and the sun would beat down on it. It wouldn't get exceptionally hot, but it would get warm in there. And they would leave it out there for I'm not sure, this is 7 days because it's a nice steady temperature, but they knew how to do it a long, long time ago. But modern times now, we have really cool things like this. So when I tasted black garlic for the first time, I thought, man, I gotta make more of this. I gotta create some recipes. I gotta get into this. All right. So everybody always asks about this machine. Now, I'm not endorsing this machine. I don't get any money if you go out and buy this machine. I kind of wish I did, but I don't. So you just want to go and search garlic fermenting machine. Although it's not really technically fermented. Fermented food, you need salt, but they call it a garlic fermenter. Now I'll show you an up close of the front of it. But again, this is just one that's out there. You can look and see what's out there and decide which ones you want. I will show you this also. This is the instruction manuals that come with it. See how it says black garlic fermenter? And there's a few different models, okay? So what I did before I bought this, and I've had this for like 7 years, so this model may not even be available out there anymore. I'm not sure. But, go to customer reviews. Whenever you're going to buy an appliance, whether it's, a food processor or whatever, find the product, look it up, and then there's always a place that says customer review, and just hit that and see what it says, and then you'll know. And so the machine itself, let me show you this. It's pretty cool. The handle here has a button on it that you press and you open it. So that button like seals it. It has a place here where air can escape while it's cooking at a low temperature, just so you know. And what you do is it has a basket inside of it. Now, you fill the basket with garlic. My basket is not filled because I've already taken some of the black garlic bulbs out of it. But the way that it works is you take regular bulbs of garlic and you fill the basket with it. I find that it works best if your basket is full. You don't want it you don't want to put like 2 bulbs in there. I've never tried that. I don't think it would come out good. But it's got a cute little door. And you put the garlic in there, okay? And then you put it in here like so. You close it, and then you read the instruction manual. Every time I do this, and I've had this thing for like 7 years, I still make sure that because you want the door to close, and then you plug it in, and then you have the options on here. Again, all machines are going to be different, but this one here, you press the cancel button for 3 seconds, and then you press the program setting mode, which I always press for 7 days. And then it kicks on. And for 7 days, I just walk away and leave it alone. And I have to tell you that you do smell the garlic cooking for 7 days. I don't mind the smell because I'm kind of used to it. I think it's kind of a cool smell, but it will permeate your whole house when you plug this in, and it's cooking for 7 days. Now, after 7 days and it's over and done with, then you can take the basket out, and then you can taste the delicious garlic, and you can make fun recipes with it, right? So let's set this aside for now. Here we go. Yeah, and thank you all for tuning in. Everybody who's watching, if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. And also, you can just put in the chat where you're tuned in from. I'm in Michigan, as I stated already. And if you could do me a favor and hit that like button, whether you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, whether you're watching live or you're watching the recording of this later, by you hitting that like button, it really helps the algorithms so that more people see the video. I don't think people realize that small businesses like myself, I don't have that many people watching this video. It's a small number. I'm not one of those people that have 10,000 people watching the video. So by you just hitting that like button or just leaving a comment that says, "Hi, Val," you're really helping my channel. You're helping people see this video and you're really helping my business. And I greatly appreciate it. Okay, so let's go with the black garlic. I usually get like a plate out to catch the skin. The skin kind of goes all over the place when you open it up, right? So let's take one out. Now, isn't that interesting? Look at the difference between regular garlic and then the black garlic. The skin has gotten like a brownish color, okay? The black garlic, once it's cooked, the texture and consistency should be soft. Your black garlic should be soft. Now, troubleshooting. I have had people that have made black garlic, and for some reason it's not soft, it's hard. I think maybe the machine that you use, again, it has different options. Like the machine can go up to 10 days. Now, I've always found mine turns out perfect after 7 days, so I would highly recommend that. Don't make it longer than 7 days. You run the risk that your garlic will not be soft, and you want it to be soft to have the consistency of like a chewy, like a gummy. Yeah, to have the consistency of a gummy. That's what you're looking for. All right. So let's take this, and I'm peeling the cloves off of the bulb, and it kind of makes a mess. Nothing you can do about that. But it's kind of like when you're working with, regular raw garlic, doesn't it make a mess with all the skin getting all over the place anyways, right? So I'm just taking the cloves away from the skin. And this is what we have so far. Now you need to take these cloves and you need to take them, you need to peel them. Peel the skin off. Sometimes the skin comes off real easy. Sometimes you kind of have to work with it. There's nothing you can do about that. All right, I'm getting all the skin off. Yeah, this one's all right. Let me show you. And you also get black on your fingers when you do this. Okay, it's soft like a gummy, and it's kind of sweet to the taste, which I absolutely adore. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and peel the other ones off of here so that I'm going to show you how to make a dip with some tofu with the black garlic. Now, I've used the black garlic in quite a few recipes. In fact, when I first discovered black garlic like 7 years ago, I was going kind of crazy creating recipes with it. And so I do have a cream of cauliflower and black garlic recipe. I have some casseroles, stir fries. People ask me about stir fries. You can use the black garlic in your stir fry the way that you would the raw garlic. It's going to give it a completely different taste because the raw garlic, of course, is your pungent flavor, and the black garlic is going to give it kind of like a naturally sweet flavor, which is awesome. I love that. But it's just a little different. Now, for health reasons, medicinal reasons, if you want to eat anywhere from 3 to 10 cloves a day, I think 10, maybe you might want to eat 10 if like you were coming down with a cold or feeling sick. On average, 3 to 5 cloves a day will be a good amount to just get the health benefits of the garlic. Yeah, my fingers are already getting sticky and they're already turning black from peeling the black garlic. Oh my. What are the health benefits of the black garlic? Well, regular garlic has been used in herbal medicine for thousands of years. It's one of the most, what's the word I'm looking for? Healthy or strongest medicinal foods on the planet. One of them because it has antibiotic properties. In fact, if you ever have a situation in your body where you need to, they're suggesting that you take a prescription antibiotic, which will kill, the good bacteria and the bad bacteria in your gut. You can try garlic first because it's a natural antibiotic. Antiviral properties, anti-inflammatory properties, antiseptic properties, all those things. So garlic can be applied, right directly to the skin if you have rashes or if you have cuts, if you have situations. And of course, a lot of people take the garlic. Oh my God, this skin is just sticking to my fingers and it's sticking to the garlic. Sometimes you might have to just wash your hands once while it's all going on. Yeah. So I adore the black garlic, but taking the skin off of it is not necessarily my favorite thing to do. All right. Now the black garlic, the allicinium, which is one of the health benefits that you find in garlic. The allicinium is not as strong in the black garlic as it is in the raw garlic. So that's why you can eat more cloves of the black garlic. ALLICIN, allicinium. That's how I'm pronouncing it. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. This is what gives garlic its health benefits. But the black garlic is still rich in the amino acids, the phytonutrients, the antioxidants that help fight off free radicals and that can help fight off disease. So all those properties I just told you about, those are still in the black garlic. Okay. All right. I'm almost done peeling this black garlic. Trust me. And yeah, so if you just tuned in, thanks for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. If you could hit that like button, and if you feel so inclined, you could share the video too. And if you're tuned in on my YouTube channel and you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, I would greatly appreciate you subscribing to the channel also. Great way to support me and my business is to just hit that subscribe button and hit the like button. For those of you who haven't tuned in before, I have been in business for 28 years. Yeah, this year marks my 28-year mark. I have been teaching healthy, organic cooking classes. All the food is whole foods. I don't use anything that's refined or processed. And my recipes are based in macrobiotic principles, which incorporates the energy of the food. I am the author of 6 cookbooks, soon to be 7 cookbooks. If anybody tuned into the last live that I did 2 weeks ago that was all about sea vegetables, you heard my big announcement. I am working on book number 7, and it's all about sea vegetables. And it is scheduled to be released in March. So stay tuned for that. All right, I think I'm finally done with this mess. All right, so we're going to discard the leaves. I've got black garlic on my fingers. Let me just set this aside. I got to clean my fingers now. All right, so we got the black garlic there. All right, if you have any questions about black garlic, go ahead and put them in the chat, whether you're watching live or you're watching the recording later. And so I just talked about my business, been in business for 28 years. I teach cooking classes on a regular basis all the time. That's what I do. I teach cooking classes. I create new recipes all the time. You guys cannot even imagine how many recipes I have. It's in the thousands. It's really something. So I want to tell you about my upcoming cooking class schedule. I'm going to share the screen and we're going to go to my website, which is macroval.com. All right, so here we go. Macroval.com, celebrating 28 years in business. Here is my upcoming cooking class. Here's a picture. It's going to be stuffed cabbage. The stuffing is brown rice and tempeh and some vegetables. It's going to be served with this au gratin dish that is orange sweet potatoes, parsnips, and purple sweet potatoes. And I'm vegan, so there's no cheese sauce, but it's like a creamy cheese sauce on it. And for dessert, chocolate pudding, because for Valentine's Day, you got to have something that's chocolatey, right? This is the healthiest vanilla pudding you'll ever encounter. No refined sugars in it, and it has agar flakes in it, which is a sea vegetable to help thicken it. So it's really good for you. So this class is on Wednesday, February 5th. This is both in person and virtual. So if you live here in Michigan and you want to come to my house, we have so much fun in the in-person classes. Everybody helps participate, make the recipes, and then we sit down and we eat the meal that we've created. It's a wonderful environment. But if you don't live in Michigan, you can attend this class virtually through Zoom also. Sometimes Athena, who I mentioned before is one of my students, she attends. You get the recipes ahead of time. You can go out and buy the ingredients if you want, and you can cook along during the class, and then you get to taste the food. You can taste how delicious it is, right? Absolutely a lot of fun. And so that's on Wednesday, February 5th. This is a 3-hour cooking class because we are actually cooking the recipes in the class. And there are times where there's breaks where all the students get to talk to each other, even if you're virtual and in person. The in-person people talk to the virtual people, and it's a good thing. Now, the other class is Thursday, February 20th, and this is a virtual class only. And I am going to teach you how to make the traditional dish kimpira and also a burdock soup, because the theme for this class on the 20th is burdock root. Now, to sign up, you click here where it says go to the cooking class page. Here is the Valentine's dinner class, which is 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern time. And here is the burdock root cooking class. This one is a shorter class. It's from 6 to 7:30 because, again, it's virtual. Yet, I will send you the recipes ahead of time. If you want to cook with me, you can cook with me in either one of the classes. Lots of fun. So that's my cooking classes, my upcoming cooking classes for February. I'm always creating new recipes. Every month we have different, I teach different recipes every month. So that's what's coming up in February. All right. Cooking classes. The best way for you to learn about healthy organic foods is to attend a cooking class. I have 28 years of studying food and teaching the health benefits of food. And some people think that they can learn that in 1 hour. Well, I have so much information that you need to come back to the cooking classes. And each cooking class I talk about, like the upcoming burdock class, I'm going to teach all about burdock. The stuffed cabbage, I'm going to teach you all about tempeh, cabbage, sweet potatoes, and agar flakes. So there's a lot of information in every cooking class, and they're a lot of fun. All right, so let's make a creamy dip with black garlic. Now, I'm making this recipe up off the top of my head, although I'm using one of my favorite like standby recipes. I'm going to add black garlic to it, and we're going to create together. Okay, so the first thing we're going to use is the tofu. Now, I'm going to use this silken tofu, but you could get fresh tofu from the store if you want to. But I want to also draw your attention to a change that has happened. So if you are vegan and you eat tofu on a regular basis and everything, you may have noticed this. This is the old package of silken tofu, and it's 12.3 ounces. This is the new package of tofu, and it's 10.9 ounces. Yes, they made the new package smaller. They took 1.4 ounces away from our tofu package. That's almost 1.5 ounces they took away in the new packaging. Mike Maxwell says hello. Hello, Max. Max is my boyfriend, very talented musician. Thank you, Max, for tuning in. So we're making the creamy dip. And so I was just showing the difference between the tofu. So if you go to the store and you buy them, you may notice the new packaging is smaller. You know, companies do that, of course, to save on money, right? Because they want to make money. They're a company, right? But then we, the consumers that buy the food, we get a smaller package. So we're starting with 10.9 ounces. So take that into consideration if you buy a package of fresh tofu that's 16 ounces. You will have to cut off a portion of that so that we're at approximately 10.9 ounces. So 5 ounces or something like that. Just so you know, you're going to put the tofu into a food processor, just like so. Now, this is one of my favorite dip recipes that I'm going to share with you, and then we're going to add some black garlic to it. I always do this. It's 3 ingredients: tofu, dark miso, and tahini. Tahini is a sesame seed paste. It's good quality fat. That's what you need. And miso is our salty condiment that's fermented soybeans. And miso also has a lot of health benefits, very high in protein, has anti-cancer properties, but I use it for its beautiful, rich, salty flavor. So we're going to take 1 tablespoon of the miso. I'm going to use the dark one. So you see the beautiful dark color. We're going to put 1 tablespoon of dark tofu in there. And then we are going to put 1 tablespoon of the tahini in there. And that's pretty much it. You know, if you could actually just you could do this recipe right here. Just tahini, tofu, and miso. One of my favorite dips. Just those 3 things right there. Just going to wash my hand here. But we're going to add some black garlic to the dip to make it a little more interesting. Now, depending on the flavor of what you like, black garlic, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to add 6 cloves. And then we're going to taste it and see if it needs more. All right. I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to have to scrape it down. And the chunks of black garlic need to be like broken down, right? Yeah, you need to scrape down the sides. Like so. Take a spoon. Let's see what it tastes like. Yum. Oh my God, that's so good. Like I said, I do this tofu, miso, and tahini dip all the time. It's one of my favorite dips, and it's just 3 ingredients. I've added the black garlic, and it is phenomenal. It's just going to take a little bit for that black garlic to get chopped up in there. You can see like a little piece of the black garlic, right? Oh my God, that's so good. Oh, so absolutely delicious. But the black garlic needs to break up. It needs to be distributed in there. I'm going to turn the food processor on. It's going to go for a few seconds, so just hang with me. that should be good. We've broken up that black garlic a lot now. Oh, yeah. And the dip is like this brown color, right? Mmm. That is so good. Oh, it's so good. I know Athena is going to make this dip. Athena, let me know what you think after you make it. You're going to love it. Here we go. All right. Now, of course, you can serve your dip on anything you want. I've got some beautiful organic cucumbers. But, you know, you could put it on some organic crackers, pieces of healthy bread, some chips. You could even use this dip. I call it a dip, but you could use it as a sauce. You could serve it over pasta or brown rice or millet. Or you could do it over vegetables too. If you steam some vegetables, you could do it over that also. I'm telling you, you're going to love this. You're going to love this dip, and it's very simple and easy, right? Athena says, I am for sure. See, I knew Athena would be making it, and then let me know how it tastes, because I know you're going to love it. So I love food. I've been in the food industry since I was 17 years old. I adore being in the kitchen. This is what I do for a living. But besides that, I like to share with all of my students and everything, anything that I happen to come across that I think is of importance. And so if you've been following me for a while, you know that I share about the Porcupine Mountains in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan and their proposed mine site. In fact, if you can see my earrings, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan is my favorite place. And so we have this beautiful, pristine park up there called the Porcupine Mountains. Yes, there are mountains in Michigan. They're small mountains, but they're mountains. And they're proposing putting a mine site up there. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that last year they voted to give a $50 million grant, our tax-paying money, to this proposed mine site, but it was voted down. A lot of from public opinion and people signing the petition and standing up and saying no. And you do not have to live in Michigan to sign this petition, because people come from all over the world to see the Porcupine Mountain State Park. I'm going to share the screen because they just updated their website. Here we go. Porcupine Mountains. So this is the beautiful Porcupine Mountains. We can see this beautiful picture. Now they've created the top 10 reasons to protect the Porkies and stand with Lake Superior and stop the Copperwood mine. Does this really look like a good place to place a mine? It's right next to Lake Superior. And here is the beautiful Porcupine Mountains. Pristine wilderness that's untouched by man. That's what the Porcupine Mountains is. Okay. Here's some beautiful pictures. And I've been up there many times. Disruption of outdoor recreation. So it's right next to the North Country Hiking Trail, which stretches 4,800 miles. And this proposed mine site is right next to that. It is the closest mine waste facility to Lake Superior in history. The possibility of contaminating Lake Superior is one of the major concerns. If the dam fails, Lake Superior and the park is at risk. And this is a huge concern. I'm going through this quickly because I want you to go to this website and look at all this. If the dam holds, the mine is guaranteed to pollute. Information about that. The company that is proposing doing this mine has zero on-paper mining experience. They have no experience. It's a threat to the global resources and the sacred Gitchigami. Gitchigami is Lake Superior. They want to mine directly underneath the beautiful state park. If you've been up there, you know the beautiful Presqu'île Isle and the waterfalls that are there. And then they want to ship any copper that they get out to Canada. Not even here. The mine is more likely to hurt the economy than help the economy. They are proposing that there are mine jobs that will be created, but those jobs will only last about 10 years. The jobs will be specialized for non-residents, not necessarily people who live up there. And here is the part that I want to draw to your attention, which is the most devastating for me. After the mine closes, if it goes through, the power grid will remain. And the beautiful Porcupine Mountains, which are pristine right now, could possibly look like this in the future. This place where they are proposing to put the mine is a virgin area with no cell service, no power grid, and no roads capable of sustaining heavy traffic. I have been to where they are proposing putting this site in. It is in the middle of the woods, in the middle of the wilderness. It's beautiful. No electricity, no cell towers. It's pristine. They're planning on ruining it. We don't want that. Here's some beautiful pictures from the Porcupine Mountains. So anyways, I want you to go to this website. I want you to sign up for their newsletter. It'll keep you updated about what's going on. And then here is the petition. Everybody can sign the petition saying, we don't want this mine site in the beautiful Porcupine Mountains. I'm going to stop screen sharing. There we go. Stop screen sharing. So that's the Porcupine Mountains update. In every live stream that I do, I always give you an update about what's going on because I want us to keep you connected. Now, I'm going to completely change the subject and tell you about something that I learned about this week that I am completely devastated and upset about. In British Columbia, Canada, there is an ostrich farm that has 400 ostriches that have been there, some of them as long as 30 years. And they are scheduled to kill all 400 of these beautiful ostriches February 1st. All because they claim that these ostriches have the bird flu. Now, I'm not going to get into detail and everything, but anybody who's watching this and knows me knows what I think of that. It's a total farce, and they're just doing it to scare people, number one. I watched a couple interviews yesterday of the people that own the ostrich farm. These ostriches have been there, like I said, some of them for 30 years. They know these ostriches. These ostriches have names. You know that when you have a pet, they become part of your family. And for them to tell them they have to kill 400 ostriches is just absolutely heartbreaking and horrific. Also, this farm raises the ostriches and uses the ostriches for research. They don't kill the ostriches. This is not like a meat farm or anything like that. And they've proven that ostriches have incredible immune systems. And the owner of the farm goes on to explain how, I don't remember if it was 7 years ago or whatever, there was another disease that came through there. And it might have been 10 years. You got to watch the interview. The ostriches that survived that other illness that came through have such a strong immune system. They aren't affected by the disease now. Okay. And the only way that they think that these ostriches might be infected is they used a PCR test and tested a couple dead ostriches. And again, if you know what's going on, you know the PCR test is completely worthless and absolutely ridiculous and only used to create fear and control. And so this is what they've used. Hey, I just want to bring this to your attention. I know, again, I'm not a big person in the world of, YouTube and Facebook where I'm going to get thousands of people watching this. But the few people that do watch this, I want you to be aware of this because I found out about it and I think it's terrible. And I'm going to share the screen now and I'm going to show you their website. It's called Save Our Ostriches, BC Rising. Again, I know this is Canada and I'm in the United States. I get that. But there might be some people watching this who are from Canada. And here in Michigan, Canada is very close to us, and all you have to do is drive up there. Saved Our Ostriches. This is an urgent call to action because they are scheduled to be killed on February 1st. Here are the links to watch the video. You can watch this one here, this Jimmy Dore show. You have to pay for that one. That's not a free one, but this one right here, Shadow Davis show, January 26th. You can watch this one. This is the one I watched yesterday where they interviewed the owners of the ostrich farm. Lots of great information there. And then down here, Liberty Talk Canada. That's Odessa. I love Odessa. I watch Odessa. She's this wonderful lady in Canada. She keeps us informed about what's going on. Really good interview there. She interviews the owners. It's just, I mean, look at this face of this beautiful ostrich. And this ostrich, all of them have names. This is Kikaroo. Here's Frank. Here's lovely Lulu. Here's Q-Tip. All of these ostriches are just, all have names. They're on this farm. The farm is completely secluded. Ostriches do not fly. There's no way that even if they had this imaginary bird flu that they're scaring everybody about, there's no way that these people could be contaminated. Now, what can you do? Again, I'm not in Canada. I am in the United States, yet I sent an email to all of these people on the list right here. Here's a sample letter. All you have to do is click here. It'll tell you what to say. Put this in your email and send these people email. I even put in the email, I'm a United States citizen. I don't live in Canada. But when I found out about this, I was so upset about it. I'm reaching out to you. It's as simple as that. And to let them know. Now, I want to tell you what is so absolutely incredible, heartbreaking about this. The owners of the farm were told these 400 birds that they're telling them they have to kill. The owners of the farm are instructed that they will be the ones that have to kill these birds. Can you imagine anybody who owns a pet out there? I have 5 cats. When I heard this, I was very upset. I can't even imagine. How could you be so heartless as to tell the people that own these animals that they will have to be the ones that kill these? These are the people that named Frank. They named lovely Lulu. They named Q-Tip. They named Kikaroo. All of these birds have personalities. They all serve a purpose. Some of them have been there for 30 years. This is so upsetting to me that I wanted to share this with everybody. Please, if you are watching this video, go to the website, saveourostriches.com. Send an email if you feel so inclined, and just share this story and tell other people. I just really think that we, the people, can make a difference. We made a difference with the Porcupine Mountains. As soon as people started to hear about what they were going to do to the beautiful state park up there, people started to sign the petition. People started to gather. People started to voice their opinion. And it doesn't look like this mine is going to go through, but of course they're going to keep pushing it this year. And so we need to stay vigilant. But I'm telling you, people make a difference. And I just want everybody to know about these beautiful ostriches. And I love Canada. I love the people of Canada. They are, the latest news I heard is that there's going to be a bunch of people. They're going to create a convoy, and they're all going to drive out to this ostrich farm. And the owners of this ostrich farm are encouraging people to come out to the farm to meet the ostriches and see, although they're quarantined right now, they're like in a pen. You can't see them physically, but you can go out there, you can meet the people who own the farm, and you can talk to them. There's videos you can watch. So you can't, right now, you can't get next to the ostriches. I get that. They're in quarantine. I do understand that. But yes, they are asking people to go out to, of course, I can't. I'm here in the United States. But again, I wrote emails to these people to express how devastated I was. Athena says, very cruel, and it's a bunch of lies about the test as well. This breaks my heart. They are beautiful creatures. Yes, Athena, I feel the same way. These tests are a bunch of lies. And watch the video. They go into even more detail about how terrible they're being treated, basically. So I'm praying, and my energy is going towards that these ostriches will be saved, because the word is getting out and people are sharing this all over social media. Yesterday, there was a lot of stuff in my feeds about it. And so in Canada, they're getting the word out, which is great. We're going to save these ostriches. Beautiful creatures. Absolutely. So again, I am Chef Val. I teach cooking classes, but when you attend a cooking class, I share even more information with you than just about food. I share information about saving the Porcupine Mountains, saving 400 ostriches, keep you informed the best that I can. And so, yeah, I just wanted to share that. So, yeah, we're coming to the end of the video, and I want to tell everybody how much I appreciate you watching my video, hitting the like button, leaving a comment, asking a question. You know, if you're watching the recording later, please ask a question, leave a comment. I will answer. And make this absolutely delicious recipe. By the way, if you're not going to make the black garlic yourself, look in specialty stores. They do sell the black garlic. You're probably not going to find it like in a mainstream Kroger or Meijer. You're probably going to find it like in a specialty store. You can find black garlic. Oh yeah, and I forgot to tell you this. Let me see here. Again, I'm not endorsing this company. I don't get any kickback or any money from this company, but a few months ago, I did find this in a health food store, and it's black garlic puree. It is expensive. I'll tell you that right now. Okay, it's organic black garlic puree. You're going to just, if you're interested in this, you're going to have to type this into the search bar and do a Google search. Black garlic, North America, organic black garlic puree. This is absolutely delicious, by the way. But you can imagine how many garlic cloves have to go into being pureed into this jar. So you can see why it's, I think it's, if I remember correctly, I think it's like $20 a jar. So like I said, it's expensive. All right, here we go. Black garlic na.com. I don't know if you can see that. Black garlic na.com. If you are interested in the black garlic puree, that would make it easier to make the dip, right? I just want you to be able to get the black garlic any way possible. And if you're like me and you absolutely adore the black garlic, you might want to invest in one of those garlic fermenting machines, right? All right. So if you get a chance, go to my website, macroval.com, and sign up for an upcoming cooking class. I would love to see you in one of my upcoming classes. And also stay tuned to my YouTube channel. I try and go live like twice a month. Oh, I forgot to tell you about my Substack blog. Have you subscribed to my Substack blog yet? I knew I was forgetting something. So I have a blog also. And the latest blog that I wrote is all about sea vegetables. And so if you want to learn about sea vegetables, they are incredible food from the ocean. Here's some general healing. Here's aramay. So I talk about aramay, and here's kombu. Aramay and kombu. I highlighted just 2 of the sea vegetables in this blog. And then if you want to know how to make kombu tea, it is my recipe of the month. Every month, I have a recipe on my website. So we're coming to the end of January. I will have a February recipe of the month, but right now it's kombu tea. If you want beautiful, healthy, luscious hair, you want kombu tea. Okay. So you can subscribe to my blog also. Stop screen sharing. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. And hope you get a chance to try the black garlic and make the dip. You are going to love it. And I will see you next time. And for now, get in the kitchen and cook healthy.